He wanted to show, but he said he had a lot more to give, and he wanted to do that in the final. I mean, we were all very similar. I said to Bill that I knew I'd been strong and that, you know, I had messed up in task 10. And I said I didn't mess up in task 11, even though he may still think that I didn't. I actually showed him that I could work under any type of circumstances. We found out we had got through to the final, and like, it was actually lovely because, like, Jackie was like proper smiling at us, and then Bill had said a few things, and he said, like, you know, firstly, congratulations. And we had big smiles, and Brian was like, no crying now, girls. Yeah, nice. Which was really nice.
Yeah, the attitude I came in here like was, you know, I've got into this, so I must have something. But I haven't met the other contestants, and I'm very young and inexperienced, blah, blah, blah. Am I going to be able to cut the mustard and...
Cut the mustard. Good woman, Niamh. Save the best cliches till last.
Out of here, you know, week 1, task 1. Am I going to be gone?
Will and Panos, Jesus. I tell you, Panos had some speeches in that boardroom, like he is so well spoken. Like, I've never seen him in a boardroom situation. Like, he is just unbelievably good.
Sickeningly, he has much better English than I do.
Yeah, much. And Bill said he had much better English than a lot of us. He says he's looking for an all-rounder. And he's someone who can communicate. And we can both communicate, and we're both all-rounders.
And don't forget, modest, Michelle.
Where the only thing I think, where if I make a mistake in the final, he can turn around to me and go, well, you should have known your experience.
In the final task, all the fired candidates return and are chosen by our 2 finalists to form their respective teams.
It'll depend, like, you know what I mean, obviously who chooses who's left when I have the choice or whatever, but there's certain people I really want to have on my team. There's going to be a bit of strategy in terms of who you pick first. Like, for example, let's give an example. I want Barry on my team, but I know Michelle will never pick Barry, so I can leave Barry till later on in terms of pick, because she'll never pick him. So I can wait to pick Barry. So then I need to pick, the first person I need to pick is the person I want, but I know Michelle wants to, and pick them first. Do you get what I'm saying?
See, me and Niamh are lucky in that sense because we'd probably pick different teams anyway, based on who we think would be rooting for us to win. Who would I pick? I have like my 4 or 5. I would pick Panos, I would pick Tara, I'd pick Najad, I'd pick Jamie, and then I'd get stuck based on who I know Niamh would pick. You know, that way? Bill said today he knows what job he's going to put the person that he hires in. That was interesting. Like, he didn't tell us what it was, but to know, like, it's so close that he has the job, he knows what he's looking for.
I know, I miss them.
Hey, to Panos and Will for sure. Well done, guys.
We miss you.
Loads.
Cheers, lads. Thanks for being second best.
Like, Will is bound to get landed with the best sales job going. Like, the man can sell. And I wonder what Panos will end up doing because he has a really good job. Like, Google is a great place to work for. But would he get like a massive promotion, or will he go travelling the world and have loads of kids? You know, like that type of thing. Like, I know he would be wanting to do that as well.
It's my first time that Bill could fire me. It's the first time I was in the seat that I could be fired.
And he saved you. It was my 3rd time in a row he could have fired me.
Yeah, based on numbers though, would we be statistically the most successful as well?
Yeah.
Because we were never brought into the boardroom.
You won 8 tasks, I won 7, we both won 2 as PM.
Yeah, so
Like, statistically it's like...
they just based it on numbers.
We'd still, yeah.
Look, he may have made his decision already, but I hope he hasn't. And I suppose in the last task, obviously it's only 1 task and we've done 11, so it can't have as much bearing as all the others, but he might be a little uncertain about certain things about people. He's got uncertainties about Michelle and he's got uncertainties about me, and it's one last chance to see if those uncertainties will prove to be fatal or if there'll be something we can overcome.
Just the stupid stuff, like the waterfall and the water fight and the prizes and the sing-songs and the dance-offs and everything, like.
It's so intense and so serious, but yet not intense or serious at the same time.
I think I would have said halfway through, oh well, I met nice people and blah blah blah, but now that you will realise that yes, you probably did meet lots of nice people, but you're not really going to meet them properly until you get out of the house and there's no competition. Because, like, even in the interviews, oh well, you know, so and so said this about you and so said that about you, and you're like, ah, Jesus, like, but then at the same time, you know, everybody was here to win the competition, and you do end up realising that. But I know that there's people that I'll meet up with outside of here, and then we might be friends. You know, that way? Like, real friends, rather than acquaintances that you might like, but you know you're in competition with. Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's both. Like, there's definitely the side where like you've made great friends and you've had a great experience and everything, but then there's the other side of it, like the challenges you've faced, the amount of pressure you've worked under, and all of that is a whole other side of it, and it's brilliant because, like, I remember the first time Bill ever criticised me in the boardroom, I thought the world had come to an end. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he said something bad about me. I'm never going to get this job. It's so mean. But then, now
you just, it goes over your head and you're like, okay.
Do you know?
And if he says something good, you're scared because it probably means you're going home.
And getting this far is great because, you know, no matter what he said about you, he's seen something in you. And I didn't have that till today because I'd never been in the boardroom, so he'd never had a chance to fire me. And it feels even better now because
that you were up against such strong people.
Yeah, but he put me in the final, and he wouldn't have done that, I suppose. I hope
he wouldn't have,
unless he saw something in me.
No.
Because look at who I was up against: Panis and Will, two really, really strong contenders. So at least I can leave now thinking that Bill didn't think I was useless.
No, he didn't.
Good night, ladies.
But not that I'm going to leave.
And may the best woman win.
So he needs a lot of